I'm so excited about my next guest. She walked in looking adorable. Ariel Winter promoting Modern Family Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on ABC. Hey, Ariel.
Hi, how are you?
You are so cute.
Oh, thank you.
I should say more beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Were you voted like most beautiful or person on Instagram or something like that?
No. Some nice fan most likely just said something really nice and put that, but definitely not. No.
Well, you are very beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I'm sure there's more to you than just your human puppet flesh. You are very talented.
Thank you.
10 seasons of Modern Family. When you first did the show, were you like, this isn't going to last? Or were you not that jaded yet?
Well, definitely not that jaded yet. But I started it. I read the pilot when I was 11 years old. That's when I auditioned for it, and that's when I got the job. So at 11, I don't think I really understood like how far it could go, like how it worked. I mean, I'd been in the industry since I was 4 years old, but I had never gotten a show like that. So I definitely read the script and I thought it was great. I thought it was super funny and I really liked it, but you can never predict that after the first season your show becomes really big and people love it and you're nominated for awards, and we're still here 10 years later, so we are super lucky to do what we do. And yeah,
that word is grateful. We like to use here on the show. Grateful. We're so grateful, right?
Absolutely. I mean, to have started at 4 but to also be only 20 right now and to get to be on that show is incredible, and I'm very grateful.
I heard this season there's like surprise deaths, pregnancy shock. What can you give away or tease, I should say?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the big surprises have already been revealed. I mean, unfortunately we lost Shelley Long on the show. She was our maternal grandmother. We were very sad to lose her because Shelley's awesome and we loved having her on the show. Funny story, we all thought it was ourselves. Maybe not we all, but I definitely did, because I didn't hear from anybody that somebody was dying. So I just saw the Deadline article of like a major cast member on Modern Family dies this season. And I was like, oh my God. And I got the table read draft like 30 minutes later and I read it and I was like, okay, you're out of a job. And then I like flipped the page and I was like, oh yay, it's not me. But then I was like, oh crap, that sucks. Like, we're so sad to lose Shelley.
Isn't that so interesting? Like, I'm sure every single actor thought it was them because that's what you would think. Every person probably was like, except maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. There was more people in the know about it. So I'm sure a lot of people knew it wasn't them. I just didn't. So it was kind of like I was super relieved when it wasn't me. Yeah. But it's also sad. We do have pregnancies on the show this season, and that is a shock, and that's cool. Yeah, there's all different new things. I mean, as we all get older, they have to start figuring out new storylines for us.
That's right.
Because it's not the same anymore of us like we're in school and we're so frustrated and we're at home and we're angsty. We're now just adults. So
exactly.
They're figuring that out. And
do the writers let you come up with any ideas, or are you just beholden to their words?
Well, I think a lot of things, they'll hear stories or stuff like that, and I think maybe they'll craft an idea around it. I don't know if they use anything exact. I think for Eric Stonestreet, they have with his clown Fizbo, because he did that as well. So they definitely did it with him. And they take some stories from different people's lives. You know, they take a lot of stories for us from their kids. So they crafted around different things. I don't know if I've ever told them, like, given them like a full story and they've done it, but I think they definitely take bits and pieces that they hear or they see from our lives and put it in there.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Unless it's too personal. Then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, actually, I was applying for college around the same time that my character was applying for college, so that was pretty cool. Actually, no, she applied for college just a little bit before I did, so it was kind of cool. I was like going through the process, obviously not the real process with my character, but it was cool to do that and then also apply for college, even though, you know, real life, fake life.
Right, but exactly. Blurring together. So you go to school, obviously, on set. And I've done enough TV shows to watch, you know, the kids on sets go to class. Do you think that you got enough of your childhood, like a typical childhood, even though you kind of grew up on a school set?
Well, I mean, I always wanted to go to a real school and also be in school on set because you have to. But I didn't really get that opportunity, and that wasn't really my choice. But so I definitely did miss that. But I got to go for high school, so that was great. I had my high school experience, so that was great. I don't think I missed out on a ton. I know I missed out on being around the other kids and going to some of those, middle school things. But I had the most amazing studio teacher in the world. She is one of the closest people to me. She basically is my mom. I love her to pieces. So I wouldn't change that for anything. Even though if I would have gone to school, I still would have been able to see her. But I saw her so much and spent so much time with her that I wouldn't have changed that aspect.
Just switched it. Yeah, exactly. You find the good in it too. So in college, when you leave, will you still study acting, or will you?
So unfortunately, I'm not going anymore. I wanted to keep going, but I wasn't really making my classes a lot, and it was kind of like.
Due to work?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
I was going to say, I missed it because I got stoned too much. But
I had classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I took too many classes in my second quarter, and I had to be there all day Tuesday or all day Thursday, and I took classes that weren't just easy GEs. I wanted to take things I was interested in, but those are things that if you're going to be in school, you need to be able to be in the lectures to know enough to be able to take the tests or write the essays.
Exactly.
And it was kind of well, I'm not really learning a ton and getting any credits because I'm not there that much. So I'm going to put it on the back burner and hopefully go back at some point. I think I'm going to start taking online college classes for things that I'm interested in, and we'll see maybe in the future.
You've got your whole life ahead of you. You're 20.
I was super lucky to get into UCLA. UCLA was awesome. It's an amazing school. I was really sad that I couldn't go anymore. It just didn't make sense at the time.
And there's always later. I'm talking to Ariel Winter. She got the show Modern Family Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on ABC. It's in its 10th season. Lucky girl. I know you're very active on Instagram, and your comment section can be a little intense.
Yeah.
Mine, I mean, if anyone can relate, I can. Trust me, over the years, I'm like, whoa. Have you ever thought about turning the comments off?
I have. I have. At one point, I did turn the comments off. I actually hate social media. I really do. It's not something that I don't get it. I'm not great at it because I don't like to sit. I don't sit on my phone all day and talk about what I had for breakfast or this or for that. Because for me, I'd rather talk about it in person with somebody, or if they asked me. I mean, I don't care what I had for breakfast, and I don't expect anybody else to. So that's another thing. But for me, it's just hard because I'm not great at it. I don't know what to post. I don't want to put everything on there, but I really appreciate the people who follow me and actually are genuinely interested in my work that I do and the things that I have to say. But there are a lot of people that follow that really aren't interested in anything I have to say, don't really care. They just put a lot of mean things. I've had a lot of things on my comment section for years. I actually still have certain words blocked that won't show up if they write a comment like that. But when I took the
didn't
comments,
know you can do that.
Yeah, it's deep in there. Find it. Okay. But I noticed when I turned the comment section off, it didn't affect. It affected me in the way that there are also so many people that did write positive things, and so many people that had reactions to things I've done, like my breast reduction or different things I've gone through in my life, and I thought that was something that if I responded to them in the comments that. It was actually a positive thing, and maybe I just skip over the negative ones because I've always tried to do that, skip over the negative ones, but sometimes it's really difficult and you're in a mood and you're just looking in the comment sections and it's just F you for an hour.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, we need to reel it in.
And you're human and you're young.
Yeah,
you know?
there's no looking at it and being okay, this doesn't make me feel like crap when someone says something horrible, but it's eh.
It's interesting because our egos are very tricky, and they'll make us, want to look in the toilet to find shit. That's what Donnie's motto. If you're looking in the toilet, you're going to find some shit. But I learned through the course of my 25 years that people that are mean really project how awful they feel inside.
That's also how I feel. Yeah, if you have the capacity to write something like that to somebody that A, you don't know, or B, just anybody, it's kind of something went wrong here.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you know what? Don't take it personally, Jenny. They're going through something in their lives right now.
Definitely.
You did a movie with Burt Reynolds, huh?
Yeah.
How was that?
Incredible. He was incredible. I keep saying he is he's still here because it's really it's really sad that he passed away because he was not only like an incredible actor, he was an amazing person. He really was. It's something to be said when you work with and I'm a young actor, so I'm nowhere near any of the legendary stuff I'm nowhere near. But like working with somebody, I've worked with a lot of people who have not been nice to anybody. They're not nice to the crew. They're not nice, like they just like hold themselves so highly, and it sucks because they do great work, but like they're terrible people. But the best thing for me was like I worked with him and I was nervous, obviously, because again, he's like a legend and everything. He was the nicest man to everybody you could imagine. Every crew member, he was protective of the people he cared about. He was charming. He was funny. There was nothing that he did that had any malice or ill will or really like held himself as highly as other people held him. And that's something that is really something that I
admire.
Yeah, to be able to do that.
That is so nice to hear, because in this business, we rarely, like you said, there's so many dicks in this business that to hear someone that's shining the light on sets and you know, they're the ones that put the tone, they set the tone on set and make young actors go, oh, I can be like that. I don't need to be a dick. Thank you for sharing that story, because I've got to interview him once and I'm just tickled about it. Ariel, now I get to interview you. So please come back anytime. You're such a delight. Congratulations on so much success so early in your life. You got your shit together, girl. I'm happy for you. Modern Family, Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on ABC. Ariel Winter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's take a picture together. We'll be right back.